What up, Dokkaners? Let's go ahead and test out the new Cell Max Movie Boss. Key +4, 220% lead. Greatly raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage, and seals super attack with a 70% chance to stun. For the 18 key, massively raises attack for 4 turns, causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. For the passive, activates entrance animation upon the character's entry, and he gets 1000% attack and defense. I'm gonna say 1000, I'm not gonna say 999 because 1000 just sounds cooler. And then every 2 turns past, he will lose 111 attack and defense percent. So after 10 turns, he will have lost 444%. So he will still have a little over half of what his original build was. But it takes 10 turns to get to that point. So I think that that's going to be one of the reasons why a lot of people are going to write him off. But I think that that's not going to be too bad, because by the time he, quote unquote, falls off, everyone else on the team is going to be picking up the slack. Receives an additional key +1 per key sphere obtained, guards all attacks. For 1 turn from the character's entry, key +8, damage reduction 70%, attack +100% when attacking, defense +100% when receiving an attack. Starting from the 2nd turn from the character's entry, when attacking, key +3, attack +40% when HP is above 20%. Plus an additional key +3, attack +40% when HP is above 50%. Plus an additional key +2, attack +20% when HP is 80% or above. When receiving an attack, defense +50 and damage reduction +40% when HP is above 20%. Plus an additional defense +30% and damage reduction 20% when HP is above 50%. Plus an additional defense +20% and damage reduction +10% if 80% or higher. So it's basically this little condition right here, but split up into more specific HP restrictions. Basically, you want to have above 80% health to retain this chunk all the way through. When activating the active skill or when attacking with 20 or more key, guaranteed crita launches an additional super attack. He has a domain, and this domain is stupid. Can be activated when all allies attacking in the same... when all allies are movie boss category characters, or starting from the 5th turn straight up from the start of battle. So you can activate this right away. Massively raises attack temporarily and causes ultimate damage to the enemy. Creates a domain, New Red Ribbon Army's base ruined for 2 turns. At which point, every movie boss character and enemy, every movie boss character will have an extra 60% attack. That's for 2 turns, which is pretty bonkers. Cell Max, if you launch that active right away, will be using that part of his domain with a 1000% attack and defense setup. So how do you build him? That's the question. So if we break this down here, guaranteed crit is going to happen at 20 or more key. He starts off with 8 key. As long as your health is above 80%, he will maintain that 8 key. Plus, it's pretty easy for him to get the additional key. So assuming you're going to be getting 20 or more key pretty consistently, I don't think we need to worry about crit. So that just leaves additionals and dodge. Since he is going to open as our slot 1 with a 1000% defense clip, additional 100% defense, damage reduction 70%, and guard, you want to maybe try to keep him there for as long as possible, depending on what your rotations look like. So I think probably the best way to use him is going to be max dodge, the rest additional. That's my early theory for this. I could change my mind over the course of the video, but for now, I'm thinking max dodge, the rest additional. So do check my final thoughts at the end of the video and also check the pinned comment. That being said, this is our squad. We're going to start with something a little bit tougher than the usual because we usually do Divine Wrath, Mortal Will. We're going to step it up a notch. We're going to jump into 11th anniversary. No, GDC special battle. Let's do this. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I don't remember how tanky this dude is, but this will be a good start. Let's see. Give me that intro. Huh? What? There we go. Easy. This is the first time we're doing this. Ignore what you saw before.
So Earth would be the planet that could bear the fruit of the tree.
Cell Max has been activated!
Now, I wonder if you still have enough power left to stand against 1,000 of us.
Dude, I enjoyed that movie. That was a nice movie right there. Okay. In terms of best link buddies on this like movie boss team, we don't have physical metal cooler. We're saving that for when he gets his EZA. But for now, I think our next best thing is going to be, oh, you know what? Level 1 links, big bad boss, not exactly going to work here. You got to be below 80%. So this is very much antithetical to our build that we want to be having on this team. So we're only going to have 2 links, which kind of blows, but we're going to go ahead and activate the domain. Get him. $36 million damage with guaranteed crita. And now here we go. Since this Gogeta is on the tankier side, I am going to give the metal cooler the STR orbs. Reduces damage below a certain amount to 0. Okay, so let's start by putting him in slot 1. All right, so what are our stats looking like? All right, 600,000 defense, 4 million attack pre-attack phase. So let's do that. And then let's do that. And then let's do this. All right, everybody get stronger. Let's see what happens. Go on, hit me. We got 70% damage reduction. We got guard. We got 1,000%. Was that 60 million attack stat? 36 million damage. Yeah, that was 60 million attack stat. 39 million attack stat on the follow-up with 24 million damage on the crit. Okay, okay. Would have been nice to have had an additional attack right there. 70 million attack stat for the Rainbow Turles. All right, Rainbow Turles, 70 million versus the 60, turn 1, 55% with the Cell Max level 1 links. No big bad boss connection. Turles has it. So that already is going to speak to how impressive Cell Max is as an opening act. Over time, Cell Max is going to taper off, but that is an impressive start, I will say. 60 million to start compared to Turles. Oh yeah, me like it. Just based on that little interaction, though, I want to launch more combos. So I want more additional. We'll see. We'll see. I think ultimately, you know, lately I feel like I've been on an ego kick where I'm far less dodge happy, and I just want to embrace the wild side a little bit.
I am the strongest in the universe.
Here comes the Bender laugh. That's my favorite. This guy is also the biggest beneficiary of that Cell Max domain because, dude, he's gonna get 60% extra attack. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Oh. All right. Oh yeah. So look at that. Look at how easily we're getting our key. So yeah, we definitely don't need crit. I think it's yeah. You don't need crit at all. That was I was a little concerned. We're not gonna need it. We're fine. All right, so then we'll do this. And then you did, buddy. You did. Here we go. This is the same identical friend unit. And since we're running double Cell Max, both Cell Maxes get to enjoy the domain for an extra couple of turns. So 57 million attack stat right there. We had a little bit less because we don't have the metal cooler present. But we're doing pretty much the same amount of damage, slightly less. 23 million on the second. So yeah. Okay. Not as dominant as I was expecting, but again, 55%. But what I like about this is that it makes the characters that need a few turns to sort of like get warmed up seem more impressive when they start. And that's ultimately like what we're doing. We're just pushing the pace with this team now. You could activate the domain right away when the Cell Max has 1,000% attack and defense, or you could wait. Ultimately, it's based on what you want to do for your team. We used the Cell Max active right away so that we could show off Cell Max himself. But you could argue that it's not as efficient to do that because everybody else is on the weaker side. Maybe you want to wait until they get stronger. So it just depends on the situation. The next run, we will test without the Cell Max domain right away. Oh yeah, we took a lot of damage here. Cooler got hit with a super. It took like 700k. And now Turles is slowly bringing us back. But this is bad because next turn, if we don't get to 80%, yeah, we're not gonna have 80%. Ooh, Cell Max is gonna look pretty weak. Uh-oh. Did we survive this? Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got this domain. Yeah. So we are entering the turn. You know what? Is this starting from the second turn from the character's entry? Is it a dynamic change or is it based on the start of the turn? I wonder, because if we activate this guy's domain, then his stats are going to go up. I guess, yeah, you know what? For right now, let's go ahead and activate the domain and let's just see what happens. Hang on a second. The sensu bean's about to get a little freaky. Okay, domain's active. Not Cellmax's domain, but we got the Tree of Might. Turles is going to heal us. I don't want Turles to go first though, because he might just kill him. Right? I'm afraid dude's just going to kill him. So I'm going to do this. We're above 80%, and then we're going to do this. Let's just see what happens. So now with the Turles domain, we have nothing. All we're doing is extra damage. He's not a space traveling warrior. He's not a terrifying conqueror. He's not planetary destruction. But super class, they do take 10% more damage. So let's just see what happens here. Yeah, our defense ain't looking too good. Okay. This might be GG. Oh, he didn't super. Nice. 38 million attack stat. 26 million damage on the crit. 25 million attacks on the follow-up. Not having Big Bad Boss, I think, is really going to change the way 55% characters are perceived. Like in this case. Like if you at least have Big Bad Boss level 10, then I think 55% Cellmax is going to be far less weak, I guess. He seems kind of weak. And we cooked him. We cooked him. That just speaks to the dominance of Movie Boss. We killed this guy in 3 turns. That's crazy. All right, so we're running it back again, and now we're not going to use the domain, so we can show how much he's doing. We were at around 60 million when we activated the domain. So now we're not going to do that, and we are very easily able to hit 20 key. 20 key, this is actually 20 key. With 1 STR orb, we got guaranteed crit. So do keep that in mind if you're trying to manage your team key and all that. This gives you guaranteed crit. So I'm actually going to do that. Okay, so with that, we got 600,000 defense. Cool, 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 cool. And then we'll do this for Turles. And then we'll do this. Okay, super me. No, lame. 31 million attack stat. Big difference. Granted, not everything is exactly the same. We had the legendary power link, which we don't have here. We had the Turles assist, or the cooler assist, which isn't here. But you get the idea. It's obviously not as strong. If you're trying to make Cellmax the focal point, you want to use the domain right away. If you want to save it for the others, honestly, that might be better for certain situations, like when Final Form Cooler has like 3 or 4 turns worth of stacking under his belt, and then you do that. That's just not fair. That's just illegal. Oh, wow. The other rotation is exactly what we had before. Perfect. So let's do this. We are now actually recreating our previous start. Okay, here we go. Exact same conditions without the domain. We had 60 million attack stat on our very first turn in that situation. Now we have 37 million attack stat, even with the metal cooler assist. So the domain makes a tremendous difference in terms of Cellmax's initial impact on the fight. At 55%, you kind of need it for him to seem impressive, because without it, he does not seem very strong. But again, Big Bad Boss Link not being there makes a big difference. Like if we had Big Bad Boss in this passive, that would have changed it. All right, Bio Broly time. You knew this was coming. Let's do it. Domain doesn't matter because domain only affects offense. What we're testing here is just how much he tanks. That's it. So we don't have Big Bad Boss. We don't have the cooler. Actually, we do have a cooler support. We don't have metal cooler support. So let's just see. We're going to do a couple rounds of stress testing as we usually do. This is Dokkan science after all. No dodge is going to interfere with this. Go on, hit me. Hit me. 1000% attack and defense with 70% damage reduction and guard. How much we taking? That's pretty good. 300,000? And considering his offense at 55% level 1 links isn't exactly that crazy, letting him take the heat while the others pick up the slack, that's actually really good. So in terms of Bio Broly, he does his job very well. Oh, that's nice. All right, so this is turn 3. Once again, same conditions. So we're gonna test out Cell Max versus Bio Broly after eating 2 turns worth of damage. So let's see what happens. Here we go. We took 333,000 damage, but now with 70% damage reduction, 1000% attack and defense, I'm gonna say 800,000. 2 million. Okay. All right, so that's where we draw the line. Understood. All right, so we're gonna now try to beat him for real. We're gonna play through this in a normal way, and unfortunately, the normal way is Cell Max produces nothing offensively. Cell Max will be our tank for the first few turns, and that's about it. So we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna let Turles do his thing. Come on. I'm always 1 key short with Turles, and it's so annoying. Come on, dude. All right, so we're taking 330 something thousand. By the way, I can now confirm that it is in fact dynamic. His passive is dynamic. So if you've got 79% health and then you heal up and get to 80% before you start attacking, it'll proc. It'll kick in. So that is good. So that means when you are looking for extra regen last minute right before Cell Max actually engages, you can still get the full effect of his passive. That is good. Cell Max is looking more and more like our shield, not exactly like our true all the time slot 1 tank, but at least for the first few turns, he's gonna be. Bio Broly is just one of the toughest fights in the game. You can't expect him to be tanking, you know, nonstop after every set of turns when Bio Broly just gets stronger and stronger. But that's still good because ultimately he's now seemingly more like a tank who gives 60% attack to movie bosses for 2 turns, which is pretty cool. Oh, you know what? This is another stress test. I don't think we've done this one. So how much is he taking on turn 2? We saw what he took turn 1 and turn 3. So turn 2 surely will be a little bit better, right? All right, so I guess we got to do one more stress. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, no. This is his first turn. Yeah, this is his first turn. We're fine. All right, let's see. Let's see. Go on, hit me. Okay, oops. The problem is you need the Big Bad Boss link. Before this video is done, we're gonna come back here and we're gonna fight him again with Big Bad Boss. All right, so this is gonna be the last fight that we do before we then revisit the fights with the Cell Max link. All right, so let's see how this goes. We got, we're gonna go ahead and just activate the domain right away. Oh wait, we probably shouldn't do that, huh? Because it makes them weak. Oh, whatever, it's too late. All right, so let's do this. And then we'll do this for the stat buff. And then we'll do this. All right, cool. All right, go on, hit me right away. 1000%, do it. I ain't afraid of you. 175,000. All right, 61.5 million attack stat. 35.5 million damage on the crit. 40 million attack stat on the second super. 22.8 million damage on the crit, no additional. Oh, I need more additional. I needs more additional. So far, max dodge the rest additional is what I'm liking. That has not changed. And since I have premium equips, I will ultimately have 20. I'll have a 20-20 split between the two. So I'll have a 20% dodge and I'll have a 40% additional. With that domain though, we are cooking this dude. Part of the showcase, as much as we want to focus on the lackluster performance of the Cell Max so far, minus the level 10 Big Bad Boss, look at what we're getting in terms of production with the others. Movie Boss is so much more impressive with their opening acts now because of that. I have run this event no new units and with new units quite a bit, and seeing them do this much in one turn just with these three is actually crazy. This physical cooler is roasting him. Oh, we could have been done. Oh, we wasted this turn. Come on. Come on. Oh, that sucks. What a waste. Total waste. Okay. This is the real test. So what we care about is the stress testing. We might actually wait. You know what? This guy has extra protection on the first turn, right? He's got 30%. Yeah, he has 80% damage reduction on the first turn. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. We still have over 20 keys, so we good. So let's do that. Then we gonna do. Okay, and we're gonna do this. Actually, no, let's do that. All right, let's do that. All right, let's see what happens here. Here we go. $400,000. Okay, he took 400,000. Cooler took 1.9 million. Okay. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and infuse him with a level 10 Big Bad Boss right there. Ka-ching! Now the real showcase begins. All right, so we're going back to the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta fight. And actually, pro tip, if you have double Cell Max on the first turn, have your floating Cell Max use his domain. That way, after his domain runs out 2 turns, you'll come back to turn 3 with the remaining Cell Max and he can use his domain for an uninterrupted 4 turns of Cell Max's domain. Pretty sweet pro tip, right? I came up with it all by myself. No, I didn't. Shout out to Phantom in chat. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. 38 million damage. Araki. All right, this is not even close to what we had before, but still, I want to see how this goes. We're missing our 2 other pieces. Would have been nice to have them here. But let's do... this gives us 20 keys, so we're fine. Actually, just look at our stats already. Okay, so if I do this, I pick up the key. Okay, looking good. Defense, you can already notice defense is looking better. We have 800,000 on the defense pre-attack phase. Before we had 600,000. Big Bad Boss making a difference. Let's do this. And then let's do this. All right, let's see how this goes. We had 60 million attack stat with all the extra assists. And now we have 60 million again without all the extra assists. We don't have legendary power. We don't have the metal cooler extra stats. Without all of that, we made up for it simply with the Big Bad Boss link. That's a big difference. Big difference. I like it. I like. All right, one more test here. We have LR Turles with the LR Cell Max. 42 million damage now on the active. So let's go ahead and test out this turn. Let's see how we do. Let's do that. Let's do that. And let's do this. I'm gonna say we are getting 70 million attack stat. Yep. 71 million attack stat. You can definitely notice a much juicier offensive output. Also, his defense is going to be better because of the Big Bad Boss link. Yeah. Yeah. I'm liking it. I like it. Okay. We got what we needed. Let's go take on Cellmax. I mean, not Cellmax. Bio Broly. All right. Revenge against the poop guy. I do have the wrong item brought here, but whatever. That's fine. All right, so now with the Big Bad Boss connection, we are using the Phantom strat. We're using the domain on the Cellmax that is on his way out. Okay. So let's go ahead and do... Let's go ahead and do this. Is Turles gonna get enough ki? Or is he getting shafted again? Of course he is. Of course. Whatever. Actually, wait. Doesn't he get extra ki at 18 ki? No. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Okay. No, we're fine. All right. Let's do this. All right. So 55% turn 1. We took 330,000 damage. This time with the Big Bad Boss connection at 55%. Oh, he's a movie boss too. You did not see that. Delete that footage. Thank you. All right. No domain. Dummy. Let's go ahead and do this. And then let's go ahead and do that. Shut up. All right. 55%. Level 10 Big Bad Boss. Last time we took 331,000, but now with the level 10 link, we about to take 181. That's a big difference, dude. Big difference. Big Bad Boss. If anything, this video should send the message that if you have a new Big Bad Boss character, you should try to have enough resources to at least get the Big Bad Boss link up to level 10. It helps so much. And now we're actually going to try to win. Which means next turn, we actually don't want to be putting Cellmax slot 1. We're going to have to put Metal Cooler in slot 1. Delete that footage. Oh, yeah. Thanks for the heals. Yeah, so pro tip, don't use the domain when you're fighting Bio Broly. That's bad. Uh-oh. Do we have... Oh, okay, we do. Okay, so we're going to do this. Extra dodge. Okay. And then Turles. I mean... Nah, let's... Yeah, I want to have Cellmax actually take some heat. So let's do this. And then we'll do this. All right. Ooh, next turn is bad. I think we actually die next turn. That's okay. Even if we lose, we got what we came for. Cellmax is now far better than he was when we were doing level 1 links. So genuinely, like, I would have these later parts of the fight actually be your lasting impression of the Cellmax. 70% attack stat to start with the domain. Tanking less than 200,000 from Bio Broly turn 1. Those are some pretty awesome feats. I gotta say, I was expecting more from turn 1 Cellmax. We haven't even seen Cellmax after he's like fully lost all of his extra stuff. We would have to do a longer fight for that. But that's the other thing. Part of what people are kind of using to not discredit, but part of what people are using to kind of write off the Cellmax is the fact that he loses all those stats. But are you going to be doing too many fights with Cellmax where he does? How many fights are you going to be doing where he loses all of his stats over the course of 10 turns? Right? This is This is turn 2, so he does not have... I think we're gonna lose 40. Yep. We actually have no dodge on this rotation except for him. Yeah, that's GG. That's GG. $20 key. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he's nice and he doesn't super. There's one, and he... All right, rematch with the Fruit of the Tree of the Might. Let's do it. Domain, go. Now with Big Bad Boss activated, we're gonna do a lot more. Okay, 35 million. Okay, let's do this. Metal Cooler is next turn. I want to save the STR orb over there, so let's do this. And let's do this. Okay. Last time we took, what was it, like 400? Was it 400,000 or 145,000? It was something like that. I think it was 145 because now we just took half of it. 65 million attack stat for Cell Max. Turn 1 with the domain and Big Bad Boss active. Big Bad Boss and a level 1 Fierce Battle. Nice, nice. Very nice. Wait, he got sealed? How did he get sealed? Am I blind? How did he get sealed? %70 chance to stun. Where did the seal come from? Am I forgetting something? Cell seals on his 18 key? No, he doesn't. Massive raise attack causes mega colossal damage. There's no seal. Wait. He does seal. Why doesn't the, oh, I'm stupid. Don't ignore, delete that footage, please. Please, 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 please. Please, please. Don't, just delete it. God. Edit that out. Thank you. Oh, you know what I should have done here? I should have actually put Metal Cooler slot 1 so we could have gotten hit by all that. 75 million attack stat turn 1 with the Big Bad Boss connection and the Cooler bump. I'm just testing you. I want to see if you're paying attention and watching the video, that's all. It's all part of a master plan, you see. Oh, doggy. All right. Well, I don't want to lose this. But then again, I also want to stress test. Nah, science more important. We gotta do some science. Oh, we can't get 20 key. What the heck? You know what? The AoE is still gonna hit Cell Max. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and do this. Wait a minute. What does this do? Oh, he just, okay. Let's do that too. Yeah, let's do it. All right, active. Wait, all right. And then we'll do this. Oh, he does not get 20 key. All right, so no crit this turn. That sucks. But what we're mainly testing here is how much he takes on the AoE. Last time he took, nice dodge. I don't remember what he took. What did he take before? He took 290,000 this time. So he took 420,000 damage without the level 10 Big Bad Boss. With the Big Bad Boss level 10, we took 290,000. All right, now we're gonna win for real. We've stress tested. We've done everything we needed to. Let's go ahead and get the shit out of this dude. So for this, I open with Metal Cooler slot 1 because I want a Metal Cooler to get stronger so that he can juice up everybody else. I'm saving the domain instead of using it right away because I would just like to save it for the AGL part. By the way, did you know that he seals and stuns on his super attack? Because I sure did. I knew that. All right, so here I think we're in a good spot to do it. Right? Nah, I'm not doing it. Let's do this. All right, I want Turles to build up all of his stats pronto. 75 million attack stat. Get to it. Get to it. All right, now physical cooler should take him out. Do it again. Do it again. That didn't do it. Come on. What? Do I want to see how much he takes here? I really don't. Yeah, I do. Actually, wait, no, he's sealed. It doesn't matter. Dang, are you serious? Did we just take 150,000? Well, this guy's he's tough. Took 150,000 on that slap. All right. Here we go. Big time now. Big time, big time, big time. Ooh. No, I want to do this. Okay. 73 million damage. Okay. Then we're gonna do the, oh, we're also gonna do this. Attack redirection. Okay. So let's do this. And then we'll do this. And then we'll do this. All right. Let's take him out. Let's take him to church. We're fine. We're going to take 290. Yep, 270. We're fine. Good dodge. We're fine. Nice. Does he super twice? I forgot. And now Cell Max gets to go. 75 million attack stat. We did 43 million damage on the crit. 28 million damage on the crit. Nice. Nice. 75 million attack stat for 55% Cell Max versus the 120 plus for Rainbow Turles. It seems like Cell Max is outclassed, but he's really not. As long as he's got the big bad boss link, he is pretty much on pace with these guys. When he gets to Rainbow, he's going to be doing... He's going to have a ton of attack. Nice. Okay. Oh, yeah. We could totally do this. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Oh, I think we lose here. Yeah, we lose. That's okay, though. We got what we needed. This was a good showcase. Unless that physical cooler dodges. This is GG. Does this guy get stronger every turn? Oh, he does too. You know what? We haven't seen this. We haven't seen the second turn of Tree of Might versus a diminished Cell Max. So I'm going to say we probably take... Oh, he didn't do it. I would say we'd probably take around like 500,000 damage. But now he's only going to super after we hit, so cool. That cooler in slot 3 is getting extra defense with all the additionals. Just maybe we can get through this. All right, Cellmax post super. How much is he taking on turn 2? Double digits. Nice. Dodge. Dodge, please. Whoa, he only took 700,000. Yo. Wow, that was great. Dude. Ironically, that's more of a tech cooler showcase thing, but still. Hey, guess what? His passive changes on a dime. We're about to heal because we're gonna do this. And then he's gonna heal a ton. I don't think, can you see the key or the attack change? Let's see. Nope, you don't see it. Okay. Well, we'll do this. Oh yeah, we can also activate his active now. Okay, whatever. All right, he's got guaranteed Krita. And then we'll do this. Oh, Cellmax is gonna, yeah, we're gonna lose. Cellmax is gonna die because he only has health up to 70%. So we are missing the final chunk of his passive. So this is where the run ends. But still, not bad for our first attempt. Don't super. Oh, he didn't do it. Never mind. I think we win. Yep, there we go. All right. Movie boss clears, and that should do it. All right, so overall at 55%, he is not as tanky as I would like him to be after the first turn. The first turn, he is a good tank at 55%. I mean, I guess I should expect with any tank, you know, the fewer copies, the less tanky they're gonna be. So naturally, the more copies you have, the better. Understatement of the year. But in terms of offensive output, you don't necessarily have to cater your entire offense around Cellmax going first. Like if you were to save the domain for the other movie boss characters to get going, that might actually be a better use of the domain, which is kind of what we did at the end of that last fight. Cellmax will do his job turn 1, and then by then, hopefully your other characters will be able to sort of pick up the slack. But I kind of found myself in this video mainly using him as a slot 1 unit, which is the one piece that the movie boss Terrifying Conquerors are kind of missing. So I think ultimately the best way to use him is going to be max dodge, then the rest additional, because critical, aside from one time, also when your key is down, that also affects it. But aside from one time, I was very easily able to get 20 key, which gave me guaranteed crit. So critical is not needed. It's about additionals and dodge. Whatever combination you want, I'm gonna probably go max dodge. So 20 dodge here, and then I'll do 20 additional, and that should about do it. But I'm actually very curious to see now what his abilities are at Rainbow. But remember, I did do the second half of the video with a level 10 big bad boss. That made a world of difference. 75 million attack stat turn 1 with the domain with Cellmax is still impressive. I just think I was expecting maybe a little too much because of the magic 1000 number right here. But also his leader skill, I think, is very important. His leader skill is also an important redeeming quality for the character. Say what you will about his overall feats. You might think he's mid or average, but an all-encompassing 20% leader skill for movie bosses, given how good that category is a really good catch-all for one of the best teams in the game. So I do think that he is still worth trying to get. But as far as individual performance, I think we should focus more on what he does for the group, and that's the 60% boost. So I still like him. Say what you will about him, but I still like him. Max dodge, the rest additional. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like down below. Leave in the comments your thoughts on Cell Max at 55%. Did you pull the character? Are you happy that you did? What are some cool feats that you've managed to pull off with the character? What are some criticisms that you have? How would you build the unit? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you'll let YouTube know you want to see more of myself do it. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.